Okay, for the rat dissection, first of all, we've got dorsal side. Dorsal is toward the back, anterior toward the head end, posterior toward the tail, and ventral is the belly side up. So on the left side of the screen, we have a male rat. And the right side of the screen is the female rat. Both male and female have the mammary papilla. The female ones are a little more obvious. Both male and female have the urogenital opening. Urogenital opening where the urethra sends urine out of the body. Under the tail, they both have an anal opening. But the female also has another opening, and that's going to be the vaginal opening. The male only has the one opening, the anal opening under the tail, and then the scrotal sacs with the testes. So for the dissection, we're going to open up the rats. Cutting up into the oral cavity. And the pink and blue that you'll see is latex injections so that you can see the arteries and veins. As we open up the oral cavity, you can see the salivary glands. So salivary gland 1, 2. You also can see some lymph nodes. And then there's also some tear ducts. Cutting down into the abdominal region. All the liquid coming out is preservative, by the way. Drain it. So you're cutting through the skin, part of the integumentary system, our largest organ of the body, and then you're also cutting through muscle that lines the entire body underneath the skin. So we're cutting through the abdominal cavity and the thoracic cavity. I'm going to keep cutting to get it open, and then we'll go through the organs. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut through the sternum. Sternum is the breastbone and the ribs, so we can open up the thoracic cavity. All right, right here in the middle of the rat, we have the muscle that's the diaphragm. Diaphragm is this thin sheet of muscle, runs right along in here, that separates the abdominal cavity as everything toward the tail end. So posterior, and then everything anterior of the diaphragm is the thoracic cavity. So as you look into the thoracic cavity, you can see the heart and lungs. Heart and lungs are just anterior to the diaphragm. Once again, the diaphragm, that thin sheet of muscle that regulates respiratory or breathing. We've got the trachea here. Trachea has rings of cartilage to keep it open so that suffocation does not occur. Up here at the anterior most end of the trachea is the voice box, the larynx. And then there's the esophagus, runs right behind the trachea. And the esophagus runs down to the stomach. Let's see. So here's the esophagus right here, and that runs down to the stomach, part of the digestive system. So let me remove heart, lungs, and trachea so you can see those. So here's the heart, lungs, and trachea. Also on top of the heart is the thymus gland in the immune system. After I remove the thymus gland, and right in the middle of the lung, so here's the right lung here, the left lung here, you see the heart. Heart, remember, has 4 chambers. Top 2 chambers are atria. The bottom 2 chambers are ventricles. We separate the heart from the lungs. All right, so the heart's right here. So the bottom 2 chambers would be the ventricles. Top chamber, there's the right atrium. It's blue because it has the deoxygenated blood that's being received by the heart from the body. Over on this side is the left atrium. Left atrium right here receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs. Here are the lungs again with the trachea. So you can see how the trachea comes down into the lungs, and then the trachea branches into the bronchi that go to the right and left lungs respectively. Back to the rat. The large structure that you see just posterior to the diaphragm is the liver. The liver has 5 lobes, functions in secreting bile and detoxifying the blood, removing toxins. Rats eat lots of yucky stuff, so the liver is very large. Underneath the liver you have the stomach, and the esophagus that we saw running right behind the trachea was the stomach. And so the stomach has the digestive food that it had for its last meal. So there's the stomach. The stomach leads down into the small intestine, which I'll show you in just a minute. Let me get the stomach out of the way. Just underneath the stomach we have the spleen. The spleen, to me, kind of looks like a brown tongue. Now, the spleen is down here by all the digestive organs. However, it's not a digestive organ itself. It functions in the immune system, functions to clean out the old blood cells, and also to help clean out pathogens. Underneath the spleen, kind of looks like chewed up gum. This is the pancreas. So there's the pancreas right there. So spleen, part of the immune system, pancreas, part of the digestive system. Leading from the stomach, you have the small intestine. The small intestine is small in diameter but long in length. So if you remove the mesentery that are holding this small intestine all coiled up, the small intestine should probably be just shy of 1 meter long. Be the small intestine. Whoops. So all this is small intestine until you get to the cecum. Cecum, right after the cecum, is the large intestine. Behind all of these digestive organs, you'll see along the dorsal side of the body cavity, you'll see 2 bean-shaped organs. Those are the kidneys. Kidneys, remember, filter blood, creating the urine. Ureters are the tubes that run from those kidneys, and they carry the urine down to the bladder. The urinary bladder is here, and then that urinary bladder is connected to the ureter, and the ureter will carry the urine out of the body. Also down here you see some yellow material. This is fat. The reproductive organs are also here. You see seminal vesicles that add to the semen. And then down in the scrotal sacs, you have the testes. So I'm going to push the testes out of the scrotal sac so you can see the testes. So here's one. So that's one testicle. And then the testicle has the epididymis, where the sperm mature, and then it connects to the vas deferens. And then the vas deferens ultimately connect with the urethra. Okay, so that's the male rat. Female rat is going to look very much the same with the exception of the reproductive organs. Let me get her cut open. Drain the preservative out. All right, now the female rat has a different shaped uterus than humans. The female rat has a horned uterus. Let me remove the intestines so you can see that better. The uterus on the female rat is horned. So the uterus starts here. It's this kind of bright pink structure that you can see, kind of looks like a longhorn. So here's the beginning of the uterus that would connect to the vagina. Then you have one horn and the second horn, and it's surrounded by fat. The uterus is horned so that it can hold lots of babies. Since rats have litters, so this uterus is horned because a lot of times the rat will have between 9 and say 15, 16 baby rats, and so there'll just be little bumps along the whole horn of the uterus, and the uterus ends down here with the ovaries. You can see that tiny kind of circular looking structure in the middle of the fat. One other thing that I didn't mention with the digestive system with the liver has one difference between the rat liver and the human liver. The liver in the human on the underside has a structure called the gallbladder, and the gallbladder stores bile secreted by the liver. The rat liver, though, does not have the gallbladder, so that's going to be the main difference in the digestive system of the rat and the human. The rat liver also has more lobes than the human, but the structure that it's missing that is present in the human is going to be the gallbladder. All right, and so there is the female rat. Once again, it has the horned uterus instead of a pear-shaped uterus.